Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Garth here from Murphy's Film, and today I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to be doing a review of my little Olympus XA. So the Olympus XA is obviously an Olympus film camera, f2.8 lens on it, and it's what Olympus call their Zucchio lens. I think I'm butchering the name, but they only really use that for the lenses that they truly felt were really sharp. The aperture on this camera goes from f2.8 to f22. When the flash is on and you want to use the flash, it's automatically locked to f5.6. On mine, I've got the A16 flash, which was the bigger brother to all the flashes that were originally put on with this. The A16 originally came out with the Olympus XA2 or 3, I can't remember, but it's the bigger brother flash to the A11. It's basically just a more powerful flash. As you probably know if you're looking at this video, it's an aperture priority camera. Select the aperture down here, whichever. So for example, now I've set that to f11, pull that open. If you look through the viewfinder, you'll be able to see which shutter speed it's going to automatically set to. So loading up the Olympus XA is pretty much like any other film camera. You pop the back open from there, you drop the film in on the left, sorry. Drag it across. This is a bulk loaded HP5, so you know. So film goes in like that. Knock the winder down, take a shot to roll it on, and good to go. Let's go. So on the bottom of the camera, you've got your tripod mount, you've got your battery button, and you've got your rewind. On the bottom here, you also have a +1.5 stop compensation for if your subject is backlit. You have a battery check, which is that really annoying hum, and you've also got a self timer, which I believe is a 10-15 second, but I'm not sure because I've never used it. So let's carry on shooting. With the Olympus, some of the upsides towards this camera is that it's fully aperture priority. So you set your aperture, you should take the shot, bang, it's done. Nice and easy. Some of the downsides to this is that the rangefinder patch on mine is really dim. As you can see, I've had to put a bit of tape on it. I'll link to a rangefinder fix down below, which was the reason why I ended up putting the tape on it to begin with. Focusing on this camera is done across the bottom here, and some people have called this the ultimate street camera, but for me it doesn't work out like that. It makes me super lazy, and then most of the time I end up just leaving the camera on infinity. Hello everyone, it's Garth from the future, and I just wanted to sit down. I couldn't get it all done in one day. It was raining. But I wanted to give you guys a rundown on the Olympus XA, what I think's good about it, what I think's bad about it, my closing thoughts, and ultimately why I'm selling the camera. I've got to say, I've enjoyed my time with the camera. It's not a bad camera. It's got a really good sharp 2.8 lens. I love the fact that this is the original version that you can actually focus on rather than it being a zone focusing, because my guesstimations of zone focusing is awful. Trust me, it's terrible. The few times I've tried zone focusing, I've missed it completely. But no, I really like the fact that you can actually select which aperture you're going to get and you're going to see which shutter speed you're at. It's just nice to have that little bit more control compared to the XA2 and 3, etc, etc. Another thing that I've got to say that I do really like about this camera is the size of it. Without the flash on, it's super tiny. It's literally fits in the palm of your hand. And the amount of times that I've I've had my coat on or I've had my hoodie on or whatever, and just being able to slip it in my pocket, or it even fits into a pair of jeans. So it is literally one of the most portable little point and shoots that is out there. So the light meter, it's a pretty good light meter. It's worked consistently well for me. Even with the back, it's got the backlit compensation on the bottom, so it works really, really well, if I'm honest. But the one thing is that some people don't like, and me, myself and I included, is that it only goes between 25 and 800. I would have liked to have seen it go up to at least 1600, you know, for pushing that HP5 and getting that green. But no, I've whenever I've been shooting this, I've usually just kept it at 400 or lower, and yeah, it's been absolutely wonderful, to be honest. Right, so here's onto the downsides, the parts of the camera that I didn't like. First of all, I've got to say, this shutter button, see this red bit on the top? It's far too easy to press. When you press the shutter, there's not really much feedback, the fact that you've pressed it. It's really, really light. I'll show you. And all you've got for your indication is this little tiny click. Not sure if you can hear that or not. Whoa, that was a slow exposure. And on the same note, the wind on, as you can see here, little sprocket, like not sprockets, like little teeth. It sounds and feels like a disposable camera, which when you're paying so much for a little camera like this, you'd expect more, but we're talking all film cameras, so yeah. So ultimately, the reason why I'm selling this camera and what's led me to this is the focusing and the rangefinder patch. It has a throw from 0.8 meters all the way up to 3 meters and then to infinity. The thing is with this is that it's a really short throw, which is good if you're quick with it, but I'm not quick with it. And alongside it, the rangefinder patch in the middle, as you can see, I've put some tape on, and I've already said this, but I'll link down below to the article about why I've put the tape on. It's really hard to focus because the rangefinder patch is so dull and so dim. I find it extremely, extremely hard. I've missed quite a few shots with it. It's not even the fact that I'm bad with the rangefinders, because I feel like I'm okay with them. It's just a case of this one's really hard, and it wasn't what I was expecting. I mean, I've heard this camera be described as the ultimate street camera due to its form factor, the fact that it has got such a short throw, so you can just go bang, done. But for me, it didn't work out like that. I wasn't overly satisfied, but I can't say it's a bad camera, it's just not for me. So without any further ado, I'm going to leave you guys with some more sample images that I took with this camera, various films. If I can remember which films they were and which ISO, I'll leave a little description down in the bottom right of the images, or bottom left, whichever. So without any further ado, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Link to Instagram down below, and I shall see you guys hopefully this time next week. Peace out.